I am sat down with Jack, aka Workforce, and we're just going to have a little bit of a chat about his brand new project, Set and Setting, which the vinyl has finally arrived and looks bloody wonderful. What are you saying, Jack? You alright?
Little partridge moment I enjoyed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, all good, thank you. Tell me a little bit about Set and Setting. When did you start? When did you lay the foundations? What was the inception?
Lockdown. Yeah.
Of course.
We were all
good albums.
I would say, I was just so at a loss with time, and I thought it was just like creatively an interesting time to work on a bigger project.
It's a double gatefold vinyl,
Yep.
and the first track that we've got here is the A1. Can you just tell us what this is and who's on it?
This is Death Dreams. This is the intro tune, and it's me featuring my girlfriend Maddie Lane singing. Yeah, had to be on there.
Absolutely.
She's an amazing singer.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, a good intro. It was an obvious intro. Had to be.
Nice, cool. Well, let's let this one run. Tell me about the artwork a little bit, because it's a very cool design. Did you do it yourself?
I did.
You did?
I basically finished the record, got all the masters done, and then when we were waiting on TPs, I spent probably 2 or 3 months on the artwork.
Wow.
It was quite a long process. Like when people see it, you can sort of see all the sort of layers, and so each one of these blocks is an individual image that's sort of mapped out in the software. It took ages, and it was such a big file that the file kept crashing, and I'm just not really a pro at it, so I was sort of still finding my feet because I haven't designed something like this for years and years and years.
But you did a lot of that during lockdown as well, didn't you? Learning was it After Effects and animation? Yeah, so that's obviously a pretty useful use of your time during that period. So you probably can't see this too clearly on the video, but all of the blocks are outlined in spot UV, aren't they?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that, like the design process. That's quite a difficult thing to execute, right? So you had to work quite closely with Chris.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. So essentially, I had like 2 versions of this artwork. One that was just the vector outlines of this each block, and then one that was like the sort of flattened, rasterized images.
Yeah.
And then I just had to. Yeah, it was tricky, but we got there in the end. Just went round and round. Just wanted to make sure that people could see the outlines of the shapes, to make sure that that the idea was sort of like knocked home in that way, and also it's just a nice touch to have on a special project.
Nice. Well, yeah, it's come out really well. I mean, it's the first time we've seen it today, and we've seen it, so yeah, pretty pleased all round.
Yeah.
So let's play one more track. Let's play the B1 featuring Shady Novell.
Yep.
Let's have a little listen to this one, and then come back and just have another little chat.
My feelings for you, they keep resurfacing.
Sick. Another good track. Do you want to tell us anything about that? About working with?
It was the backing tune was knocking around as a demo for ages and ages. I had a different vocal, totally different arrangement, and then I've been wanting to work with Shady on something since I heard her on a tune with Mosey like ages ago. She did this one on Bingo. Mosey that I really liked. So I was in contact with her about doing something, and yeah. In the end, I think she sent me like a load of stems over this, and then I chopped it together to make the phrase and totally changed the arrangement to fit around her vocal.
Sick.
But yeah, really pleased with this one.
It's come out really, really well. Sounds excellent. Just one other thing I wanted to pick up on. You notice on the A-side labels, there's quite a clever looking little design on there. Do you want to explain what that is?
It is a zoetrope or a phenakistoscope. Yeah, so it's like each of these shapes is sort of like a frame of an animation, and when it spins at 33 RPM, it reanimates. But the one thing I would say is if you buy one of these, please do. Shine a light on it and then shoot on the phone at 30 frames per second, and then these reanimate into an animation. I got really deep into these over lockdown. Yeah, I made about 20, and just finished on this one because it sort of fits the vibe of the art.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, we had a little look earlier and it looks really cool. Yeah, it wasn't perfect because the lighting wasn't fantastic, but yeah, it looked really good. So this album is out now, been available digitally, but obviously worldwide vinyl delays have kind of delayed this, the kind of cherry on the cake. But yeah, you pleased with it?
I'm really pleased. It's almost like the day it came out, amazing amount of lethargy. Just like suddenly release. Not done very much since, to be honest.
No, so just quickly about the process. So obviously writing an album can be kind of creative and very sapping, and probably take a lot out of you. How do you feel afterwards? Like you said, it's relief, but like where do you go next?
It's a tricky one, particularly with an album, because you put so much into it that you're not sure where to go next in terms of the next project. With an EP, it's just like, I'll just do another EP and then I'll just do another single or whatever. But with this, it's like, I feel like a pressure now to come up with a new sound or come up with a new concept altogether. So I almost want to like do away with everything that I had, or everything that I made in the process, and sort of just exactly. I think that's what's going to be the next thing I'm going to do this year is clear the decks.
Yeah,
I might. Yeah, I've got some ideas what I can do with that.
Yeah,
and then, but yeah, in terms of like how you actually feel, it's a pure lethargy. It's like I haven't written a tune in a year since we've got this signed off.
Yeah, actually not. Yeah.
Wow. And I was someone who lived in there and was making 2 or 3 tunes a week, probably. Wow. Yeah. So
I do remember speaking to you when you're travelling to and from the studio a lot, and I guess you just haven't for the last.
It's hard to explain, but it's like I just don't have any will at the moment or ideas. You sort of want to. I want to wait till it feels natural to go back and do some more.
You've kind of like used everything up.
Yeah, exhaust. Yeah, really sort of you exhaust all your sort of ideas and concepts, and also brain power. It takes a lot. Like,
well, at the same time, learning all the design and the animation and everything as well that goes with that. It's like I'm sure you've kind of like probably used up all your creative juices and you've got to kind of have a bit of a reload now. Is there anything else coming up from you at the moment, or
this is the main project?
Yeah.
And to be honest, it's you kind of still you find yourself empty-handed, but then I don't know. I think with albums you can sort of like let them breathe for a bit, and then I don't want to. You're only as good as your last record. I don't want to put out something just like to feel in a rush.
For the sake of it.
Yeah, we've got some more stuff coming on the label this year. More podcasts. I'm probably going to focus quite heavily on that for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I really enjoyed those, particularly when you were doing them through lockdown. The one with Alex was great. You've just done one with Dave Jenkins.
Yeah, so that was just like a recording of a conversation that we'd had. For an interview, 2 interviews that he did with me, one for UKF and one for DJ Mag, and I was just refreshing my memory about like the concept when I was making some other content. Yeah. And he sent me the recordings over, and I was just like, these are really good. Like, these could be really cool if I chopped them up into a podcast format. So I did. But yeah, I've got plans for more. I want to keep the guests quite diverse and different, and that was one of the things that was halting me was writing this, and also wanting to have some sort of strategy for who the guests were going to be.
Yeah. Cool, well, keep it locked. Must Make Podcasts, available on all your usual streaming platforms, etc. And the album, like we said, it is out now. It's available in all reputable and disreputable physical retailers and online retailers. Also grab it from Bandcamp, where you can get yourself a signed copy of the print.
Yep, got some posters.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, enjoy the music first and foremost. Like, mainly, it's a great body of work. Go check it out. Thank you very much, Jack.
Thanks,
really appreciate your time, man.
Alright, so there we go. I hope you enjoyed that chat between Matt and Jack Workforce, giving a bit of background on sort of the creative process behind the album, how and why it was made, the artwork and all that stuff. Nice to have a guest feature on the show, something a bit different, so I hope you enjoyed it as well. Hopefully we're going to get a few more guests down in the not too distant. The track underneath this is obviously off the album, it's called Observer, really cool. We also got a competition to win a signed copy of the poster of the artwork of the album, really nice. All you got to do is just drop a comment under the Instagram video of this week's Unearthed New Vinyl. We'll pick a winner at random next week. We'll announce it on the video next week. And on that note, I'm not actually going to be here next week because I'm on holiday. All this stuff about me and Matt making up is complete lies. We can't bear to be in the same room with each other anymore, so we're sort of alternating week to week now. How long we're going to keep this up for, I don't know. But there we go. So yeah, Matt will be back next week. Thanks for watching as always. All the stuff, I mean, it's a limited selection this week, granted, but all the stuff will go in a bundle. 2 or more, 10% off. Keep it locked on our socials, Insta, Facebook, SoundCloud, Twitter. Oh, and as Jake has just pointed out, we have a live stream Friday afternoon from Man of the Moment, Nefertiti. He's going to be coming with 4 decks. Yeah, he is a bit of a wizard on the turntable, so that's going to be well worth tuning in for, so keep it locked for that. And either myself or Matt will see you again very soon. Big up. Peace.
You are now listening to the sounds of
Unearthed.